Your life has been in community service, albeit some of it paid, as in your service to the state of Oklahoma and the voters of this area. Tell us about your election times.
Well, my dad, was very involved in politics around here, and I was too. I loved politics. I studied Lincoln and Washington, and I just loved American politics. I loved history, and I'm just fascinated with the American Republic experience, and I just wanted to be a part of that. And I was asked in '96 about running, and I said no. I started my sign business with Mike, and then, but in '98 an opportunity came up, and decided to run. It was an open seat, and matter of fact, Pat, I think you were the first person I told, because we decided in a week that I wanted to run. It was the week, I want to say, of the Will Rogers Rodeo Parade. So we threw some brochures together, and we started passing them out, and I'll never forget. In the parade. I'll never forget. It's so funny, because Pat was standing outside the Claremore. You were standing outside the Claremore Progress, and I'm running up, and you go, am I the last one that gets to know? And I said, Pat, I just decided this week, and handed you a brochure. And so we set up a meeting for the next week to have the interview about why we were running. But I'll never forget that moment. Am I always the last one to know? I said, Pat, I just decided this week. So it was funny. But anyway, so I ran for office and didn't know what I was doing. I was very fortunate. My mom and dad knew everybody in town just about. My wife, Sammy Jones, her dad was, built cabinets, so he built cabinets. Sammy worked in Pixley lumber, and so she worked there at the desk right in the middle of it, so people would come in all the time, so she knew people. So we knew a lot of people there, and I had some name ID from sports and different things. But we didn't know what we were doing campaigning-wise, so I threw a t-shirt on and some shorts and just door knocked every single door. Today on a cell phone, every voter, how often they voted, every issue they have, and I didn't know that back then. So like I said, we door knocked every single door we could. We barely won on election night. And of course, I was Republican. There weren't very many Republicans. I think there had been only one Republican in the district since then. But there was one in the '80s, Bob Brown, and so I won. And then, but it was a great experience. I was very humbled to have the opportunity to serve. I loved Claremore, and back then we represented Oologah and Foyle and in Verdigris area, and I did that for 12 years. So a very, very good experience.
And then